Alrighty, hello every folks, and good morning. Welcome to a first impressions kind of thing here for Against the Storm. This is a game that I've been constantly recommended ever since it came out, because a lot of the stuff that I mentioned really liking about other games is true here. And it's a very difficult game to describe. So I figure we'll just kind of go through some of this beginning stuff as I'm still learning things, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it here. So first of all, before I forget, thank you to Hooded Horse Games for reaching out and providing a code for this. And actually, they included the DLC as well. So the DLC actually includes a new race and everything about them. So that looked really awesome as well. But let's go ahead and get into what this game is, and yeah, it's another one that I plan to cover a bit more as I learn more about it. So, Against the Storm is a very interesting concept. Basically, what we're looking at here is essentially a kind of city builder, wherein you're constantly trying to survive what is more or less an apocalyptic storm. That you are essentially playing as multiple different races of units, trying to build their way out of a catastrophe. But every time that it fails, they essentially go back to their citadel here, the city, and essentially rebuild again. Throughout the entire thing, there is what seems to be some kind of benevolent deity watching from a volcano that's constantly judging them and getting impatient. If they do poorly while expanding, they're essentially just called back and fired, and somebody else is put out in their place. So, to that end, let's go ahead and get started. I should probably clarify, when I say city builder, what I actually mean is that this is basically taking a lot of my favorite stuff from various RTS kinds of games and just sticking to the good stuff. Specifically, when it comes to, it's a lot of RTS games, a lot of us folks like the part where you're building up, where you're expanding, where you're exploiting resources, and maybe aren't too keen on the part where, somebody that knows the build orders way better than you comes by and completely whoops your ass. So instead, what we have here is a situation where you are basically fighting against the weather for all intents and purposes. On its surface, that doesn't sound like very much, but the whole idea is that you are essentially expanding out throughout the entirety of the map when you go into one of these nodes, essentially going into these glades, as they're called, and encountering events within them. In many ways, this is kind of a cool mix of like Dwarf Fortress and specifically AoE 3, as well as a few other bits and pieces here and there. Like, for example, just like AoE 3, you'll have situations where you're calling back to base, and they're providing new blueprints for different types of buildings. They're providing new kind of opportunities for you to go with here. Sometimes they'll give you supplies if you get your orders completed and stuff like that. I personally really liked that sort of objective-based gameplay, and yeah, so it's just nice stuff there. Now, granted, I will say I'm not super familiar with the vast majority of mechanics in this game as of yet. I just started, I'm just going and learning all this stuff, but I am loving what I'm seeing so far. So, for example, right now, we are paused. We haven't gotten too much built up here, and currently we have 7 lizard men that actually began the game with us here. So there's 3 different races. You got your humans, you got your beavers, and you got your lizards. And as of the DLC, there's a 4th one, which is frogs. Now, essentially, all of them are going to have different strengths and weaknesses. So, like, if we go over and mouse over these lizards here, so they specialize in producing meat and hunting. They really like being warm because, they're cold-blooded. You gotta keep them warm and toasty. They don't have any starting or passive abilities as of yet. I'm assuming that's going to come up later. But it mentions here, lizards are very resilient, but their cold-blooded nature makes them more dependent on fire than any other species. They are very distrustful and religiously believe that true bronze can only be forged in battle. So, alright, fair enough. Anyway, so now that we've got our lizards ready to go, let's talk about the kind of mechanics at play here. So your city is built around a hearth. Essentially, you are constantly burning through your materials in order to keep a fire going to keep everyone alive. If your fire goes out, I assume everyone just sort of leaves. You have multiple things going on at one time, but primarily it's actually the impatience of your deity here, the queen watching from the mountain there, that actually determines your end state. So if this meter fills up, you're toast and you're sent back, kind of sent back to the start there. But it's funny how even this actually has a lot of mechanics behind it. So, for example, the type of person you have tending to the fire will cause different situations. So, for example, the lizards here are going to be a bit more ritualistic about it, and they will go and cause a bunch of essentially cause your people to have better resolve. Actually, looking at this, I guess there's technically 7 different, or I guess 6 and then possibly 7. I don't know if the frogs are included in this radial dial here. It mentioned 3. I don't know. Maybe there's more. I don't actually know how many races there are in this game once you get going. But the mechanics of this essentially mean that different races will have different effects. So, like, people are better at politics, meaning that the queen gets impatient with you a bit slower, or the beavers are better at working with wood, so they'll be more efficient with their fire consumption. Whereas these guys just improve resolve. So resolve improves kind of their work rate, how much they're happy, and whatever else, and you improve that through things like housing and keeping them happy. So in this case, we see that they're already relatively happy, and we'll go ahead and start getting some housing built up. We'll need some of that going a little bit later. But for now, we want to make sure that they're, at the very least, sheltered from the storm once all is said and done, and we also want to make sure that we are going and getting some wood chopped down. So we've got a lot of what are known as glades around, so we'll go ahead and start with one wood camp over here, as well as another, and now we'll just move this one around. So we'll go ahead and mark these trees for chopping, there we go, and we'll go ahead and assign some of our lizards to this, there we go, so we've got these guys over here, and yes, I'm also tempted to constantly call them velociraptors, but apparently that's not the right term for them. Any darn ways, we've got 2 patches for building up farms over here, so that's probably worth taking advantage of. So you can build farms in these kind of fertile areas, so we'll go ahead and put those, or not. Apparently that's not a farm. Okay. Well, then I will just go ahead and be wrong on that. Like I said, I'm still kind of learning what exactly does what. We've got some... Okay, those are forageable, apparently, so we'll set a foraging thing right there. And additionally, I will go ahead and see... Is it a stonecutter camp for those ones over there? Is that like clay or something? Apparently, yes. So, we'll put those over there. So, we'll have 1 person on stone. We'll have 2 on foraging, and then that should probably be a pretty decent start. So I mentioned before that this copy, not necessarily copies, but this essentially seems to take inspiration from / improve upon a lot of the stuff that I really, really enjoy. For one thing, I have talked endlessly over how much I love just turning off the music and listening to the rain and thunder effects in Tactics Ogre. This is like thunder and lightning, just absolute audio porn, and I love that. So on that front, yeah, absolutely enjoy it. For another thing, as far as the actual building and expanding and whatever else, you'll notice that you're not really issuing orders directly for the most part, meaning that this has a very Dwarf Fortress kind of feel, where you're assigning jobs and just kind of assigning priorities, and they'll get them done as soon as they're able to. So, like, let's say we wanted to make sure that this house got built a little bit faster, we'll go ahead and work on that, while they go and put all of these resources into this warehouse. So, for example, projects can't be started unless the actual materials are stored away somewhere. So, like, as soon as these are stored away, we'll be able to see that these houses get going, and, you know, they'll be able to go from there. And additionally, we're able to see that these guys are going to be chopping through these woods, which will give us more stuff to interact with over here. In many ways, this feels like a particular AoE 2 mod. Like, if somebody told me that this was inspired by that mod that's like nothing but trees all the time, I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but as soon as I started playing this, it's like, this is basically just like all those videos I watched on people playing that mod online. I'm just trying to survive in the woods with next to no resources, trying to chop wood all the time to get to these different locations. Dude, it feels exactly like that. So I'm loving that. Anyway, so let's see. We got some new orders here. So as you go through, you notice we didn't mention a victory condition. So your victory condition is when you complete enough of your orders to make the queen happy to move on to another location. So in this case, if we get 3 packs of crops delivered and sent out, we're able to get some amber, we're able to get some industrialized farming, which is essentially kind of like, think about it like a university upgrade. So +1 to pack of crops production, gain an additional pack of crops yield from every gathering, fishing, and production, and a seed pouch for planting crops 25% faster. And that's probably the one we're going to go with. Or, let's see, need for basic housing fulfilled, have at least 8 villagers with the basic housing need fulfilled within 20 seconds, and an abundant yet crucial resource for delivering wood. So this one's going to be way easier. It's going to give us a bunch of planks, bunch of fish, and 3 new villagers, which honestly, that sounds way better for our start right here. So we've got the wood needs already met. We're working on building those houses, so that'll be pretty good there. For our next one, let's see, sell goods worth at least 10 amber to a trader or trade route. We don't have a trader as of yet, but that will give us some oil, which is good for burning and also improves production rate. I actually started mentioning this earlier and forgot to finish. You can burn different things in your fire to give your people perks. So, for example, what would normally be your wheelbarrow upgrade is effectively going and like burning oil or burning, I think it was fish marrow and stuff like that. One of them's for moving faster, one of them's for producing faster. But yeah, we get some stuff for this, or for delivering 15 eggs. We get bigger ovens. We get sacks of flour. I think we're going to go with this one because we can just find some eggs. Actually, we can apparently already deliver that one, so good. I didn't realize we already had those. Perfect. The raptors apparently brought eggs with them. All right. Next, we have an order for 25 stormwater used to power rain engines in industry-oriented buildings or build paths. I mean, yeah, that one's pretty easy to do. Hey people, how would you like to get free resources for understanding how to walk in a line? Yep, that is exactly what we're doing. So yeah, your roads are basically a free resource. They just kind of trample them down and you're good to go. So we'll just go ahead and put some paths going everywhere. It does kind of throw me a little bit that these paths are, like, you got to specifically select a path. I'm assuming there's going to be better roads or something down the road. Anyway though, those seem like some good kind of initial starting orders. We'll put down some more housing to make sure that we get that completed in time. But again, this just has that like wood, nothing but wood, or like wood everything, or no, wood nothing, I think is what that was called. So yeah, it just feels good. Let's see, choose a blueprint. For a reputation bonus, we can get a lumber mill. I feel like that's what we want to do considering how much wood we've got going on. And then lastly, we have a cornerstone. So, mysterious ingredient discovered by a famous chef. Gain 10 skewers for every 10 pickled goods. Or, +2 to vegetable production. Gain additional vegetables with every yield. I think we're going to go for that one because I don't even know how to pickle stuff as of yet. Alright. So now we have a new location over here. I think we're almost done foraging these bushes. How are we looking on these? What's going on with these? Let's see, 9 out of 15 charges, or 15 out of 15 charges. So as soon as they're done here, we're going to move these guys up in this direction. Then we've got, let's see. Okay. Let's see, what do we need for this? Small herbalist camp. Okay. I'll go ahead and build an herbalist camp out there. Kind of have them start working on those. And we'll go ahead and probably move this guy, which, by the way, again, if you've played any kind of Age of Empires or something like that, being able to move your camps just feels so good. I can't put that into words, how much I enjoy just being able to move the camp around to a new location. Like, you don't have to demolish it and build a new one, you can just move it! It's so simple, but it's so magical. Okay, so we got most of our houses getting there. 6 out of 8 currently fulfilled. Once they finish building, that'll give us a bit more. Now, I should mention also, there's dangerous locations that can be found in these glades as well. So you get a basic preliminary scouting report when you go out. I don't know if this means that later on maybe stuff will be a bit different in that regard, but as of right now, we get seemingly perfect information as far as our scouting is concerned, so that's nice there. Also, we can't expand too far because all our people have to still make it back to this warehouse, and warehouse goods have to be shipped around between different locations, so you do still have logistics to consider. It's like right here, we're probably not expanding past here without building some other infrastructure out here, because simply put, the parts are not there to move things around. This warehouse is going to be keeping things, and we also, like for example, if we wanted to keep track of how many eggs we've got on hand, we can also set up a little counter over here to keep track of our resources. I love how many UI elements are here to help just read things. I love readability. So that feels nice. Okay, so we're going to pause this real quick, because do we have anything assigned to here? Yeah, you need to be assigned there. I think we've got one free person just going around building houses or whatever, so that's fine. So they're going to do that job, and then we've also got a small herbalist's camp. Now, I don't know exactly how this works. I feel like, as far as builders go, I don't know if this means that we have to have somebody free or not. So, yeah, okay, we do have to have somebody free just going around delivering things. So we'll have one lizard go from foraging to building things. So he's going to go deliver some stuff. They're almost done with that, and almost done with that. And once it's done, then we'll be able to move on. Let's see, we found some more supplies over here. If we send it to the Citadel, it would take us 3 tools, and it would get us half of the way towards getting another point. So every time we get another thing here, our goal is to get this up to 12. Once we kind of get our reputation all the way up, that's when it's a win for that map. So we get essentially $10 and some reputation, or we can use some stone, which I feel like we'll have an easier time getting hold of. It'll give us some reeds and some berries, which we currently don't have. I don't think we have either of these at the moment. And there are apparently alternative things that can be used. What are these alternatives? Sea marrow is that fish skull thing. So if we can find any fish-related stuff, we can do that. And I don't know what that other thing is. It kind of looks like a bamboo training sword, but I have no clue. Okay. Anyway, I feel like this foraging camp probably can stand to move over here in a little bit. But this woodcutting camp, I think we're going to move right here. And we're also going to get rid of stop marking these trees over here, and I want to clear out this path right here, so that hopefully we can get some better pathing going. Because as of right now, it's taken them quite a decently long time to do that. So we'll build up some more paths, build up some more over here, and then hopefully as soon as we get a few more people, we can start building a bit more in other directions and what have you. Let's see, 6 out need basic... Okay, we need more basic houses built. They're working on it. And we're also going to need more wood cutting, but we're not quite there yet. So we'll just speed things up slightly. Go up to 3 times speed, get all the stuff worked out. Then once these trees are cleared out a little bit, I want them going this way. In fact, actually, let's probably let one of these guys off of here. Just so we have more of these houses getting built so we can get our orders fulfilled. So as you get your orders fulfilled, the impatience meter goes down as well. So we need more paths built. We'll get that done in a moment, but we can go and turn this in. And that makes impatience go down by 1. Sounds good to me. I don't know if this can go negative. Presumably you kind of wait. You want to maybe wait to turn in some of those for political reasons. Kind of XCOM 2 in that regard. Let's see. We've got a weaver, a clothier, and a butcher. So we can make better clothes. Oh, training gear. That was a wooden training sword. Interesting. Well, we do need one of those. So let's go ahead and get this weaver put down somewhere and see if we can make that building function. Like I said, I don't know exactly what a lot of this stuff does as of yet, but, something happens. Let's see. Let's see. Decorations are used to level up hearths. Oh, okay. Cool. I actually didn't know this. So last time around, I had no clue why certain things were happening. Like, I couldn't figure out how to actually level stuff up. How to get your hearth leveled up. So that's good to know there. Here, let's continue building more. No, we already have paths built. I'll go back to normal speed in a moment. Gonna keep an eye on our foraging situation down here because they're gonna want to move. It feels so relaxing, though. This really has that sort of, like, give me 5 more minutes type of vibe to it, you know? It's nice. It feels very relaxing. Alright, so now we get a chance to find out if these orders do actually go negative. So this gave us some stone, gave us some shovels, which should actually allow us to deal with this, right? No, that's not the... Okay, not the right kind of thing for that. So we'll deal with them momentarily, but it gave us some shovels anyway, and it also gave us another blueprint for, let's see, we can make grain, we can make veggies, we can make an herbalist plant, or this one, which, yeah, a fishing hut for making scales. As to why we'd potentially need to do that, here, actually, let's change things a little bit. But we want marrow to be able to open up that 1 box in order to be able to hopefully make some progress on getting those materials out of it. Let's go get those trees chopped down. Let's get more chopped off in this direction, see what this glade's all about. And this is when we get to the storm. So the storm comes by every now and then. It causes everyone's morale to drop significantly, and it slows down your ability to do dang near everything. So the storm is constantly interfering. It's just basically just a constant like lightning and hurricane type of situation. It's difficult for them to work in, and also if I'm understanding it right, if they get hit by that random lightning, they die. Though this also counts if they don't have shelter. So if somebody doesn't have shelter to live in, if their basic needs aren't met, they just sort of die. So that's all well and great, isn't it? Additionally, going into some dangerous locations seems to cause your people to die, because I opened up one of them and a bunch of ghosts shot out and just sort of ate everyone's soul. So I'm not sure what that's about. But this actually gets me to another thing that's kind of one of those things that I like as an improvement over, like, let's say something like Dwarf Fortress there. It's an indirect thing, but for me personally, it's something that I enjoy, because my favorite part of Dwarf Fortress was always going and building up, like going and building out the your general camp and stuff like that, dealing with the logistics of it. The fighting part the fighting part is really when the fun stopped for me personally, because it was cool when there was, a threat out there, but it was noticeably less cool when that threat was just some random were-zebra that got through and killed everybody, because the people you assigned to be your militia apparently decided that building pottery was more important than actually dealing with the threat to your base, and so this thing's just going around eating everything despite all the defenses you set up because you missed one tile. Of course you should have known that if you have these two types of tiles over here, and you build a slanted type of stairs that are over down that way, of course they're going to be able to sneak through that. Are you kidding? You can't see the code in your mind like it's the freaking Matrix? So, to that end, I really appreciate that whenever there's threats, you just assign people to go deal with those threats rather than necessarily having to worry about their training schedule. It's just the right amount of logistics from what I've played so far, so I can see why this game so strongly recommended for sure. Anyway, though, so we've gotten some people that showed up. The storm just ended. Or these aren't people, sorry, this is just new stuff here. So the forest recedes as heavily guarded trade caravans pour into the settlement. Hostility is reduced by 15 every time you sell goods worth 30 amber, but complex food needs one less, will grant one less resolve. Okie dokie, we have knock-on trade set up yet, and I don't feel like we have much trade happening yet. Deserted caravans. Global production speed is 33% faster, but traders will arrive 30% late. Yep, sorry. We ain't trading much yet. We'll get to that later, I think, maybe. See, no deposits near the stonecutter's camp. Fine. Where can we move you, then? Is there any work for you to do? No. Then, for the time being, we're just going to go ahead and free these guys up, deactivate this thing, and I think we're going to... Let's see... Yeah, I think we're going to get more people woodcutting. Get some beavers in this thing, get their wood prowess kind of established here. And we'll also get a second woodcutter's camp going down towards the south here, I think. Just get a bit more going there. Let's set this... this feels like right hereabouts. And we'll get our three... at least one beaver and a couple raptors on this. So, I mentioned earlier that it's got that extra, 5 extra minutes feeling to it. But one thing I want to point out is that this also plays exceptionally well on the Steam Deck, which I was not expecting. Every time there's one of these point-and-click type of deals, a lot of times it just... It'll be a bit of a pain to play on the deck or whatnot. Thankfully, it is more of a consideration as those things get more and more out there. But it is just kind of something worth knowing. Also, I love that you can assign them to only deal with the marked trees. You don't have to. You do have a good amount of control over their orders. But specifically, when it comes to playing on the Steam Deck here, I want to mention that it's a very, very cozy feeling. Like, they got the zoom exactly right. The drain is surprisingly low for this thing, given the amount of simulation going on. I remember back in the day, again, when I was playing Dwarf Fortress or what have you, I remember the constant issue of my laptop overheating from that thing. And with this one, it seems like there's practically no heat buildup on the thing, which was pretty cozy. Yesterday, I sat down for, I want to say, I think it was 45 minutes before I passed out, and it only drained something like 4% of the battery, so I like that that was a thing. Bear in mind that those calculations might be a little bit off, because I don't know how much it actually charged, because I had this weird situation where I thought I charged it to 100%, and I had left it at 80%, and then I found out later the cord was unplugged, but it was still at 80%, so it must have been at least partially charged, so I assume the cat's knocked out one of the plugs. Anyway, It's an inaccurate count, but it doesn't cause the thing to roast, is what I'm trying to get at. So that's nice. Okay, let's see. We got more units. We got more leather and pottery, or we got bricks. We had some stuff that needed bricks, so we'll make the bricks happen. So yeah, very cozy on the Steam Deck there. Really appreciated that. Okay, can we assign somebody to this? We're just gonna kind of quietly assign one raptor to breaking that thing open whenever we do find some stone. We get some stuff that's being built up. We can get more decorations going. Like, I'd like a fire shrine over here. Like, the lizards like their fire. So if we can get a bit more burnination going. Also, if there's some random buzzing that you're hearing here... Yeah, that's terrifying. They're doing road construction right outside the house, so... Yeah, that's a thing. Let's see, lizard post. Peace of mind can be important. Okay, well, let's go build up this lizard post here. Lizards, behold your posts! Maybe even two of them. Okay, so you work on that. Everyone else is free to go do some construction or what have you. Aside from the little hammer icons, I actually don't know what the deal is when it comes to knowing just how many people are kind of idle at the moment. Also, the lizards are getting weirdly unhappy, although we do have a lot of them. So there is one thing that you can do if your people are randomly unhappy and you need a temporary fix, and that fix is racism, so we can prefer the lizards right now. And yeah, they'll just kind of go do their thing. They'll go be a bit happier for a little bit. Everybody else will be a bit more unhappy. But still, it's something to work with here. All right, next we want a makeshift post. Can produce crops, provisions, and packs of building materials. I need silk, or not silk, but cloth. Can produce fabric. Yeah, weaver. Can never read the word weaver without hearing Scalds and Shadows from Blind Guardian. The line about the weaver's line. Okay, a little bit of a bit of a thing to get done here. Hopefully we'll have the materials to get that done, and I would like fabric and, what is this, boots? Let's see, used by lizards, okay. I'll definitely prioritize these two. Actually, just prioritize everything. All of this stuff's useful. I'll get you guys on that, and there we go. They're going to start working on it. One more detail that I appreciate is if you are lacking something and you're not sure what you're lacking, when they go and they deliver the goods to the construction site, you can actually see what's missing. So you can tell how far along they are. If there's a lack of resources, you can tell if it's just like missing a few or what. So that feels good. I like that. Like, a lot of the UI design for this, it's great. It's just great to see how quickly it all starts making sense. It was overwhelming at first, don't get me wrong, but immediately it started kind of clicking in. Let's see, discover two glades at an interval of 210 seconds. Progress will be reset if it exceeds the time limit. I feel like we can get that done. And let's see. Make 30 jerky needs. Well, okay. Or build more paths. Free stuff, you say? Okay, I'll take that one. So we'll go and build more paths around. In fact, actually, we probably should build more paths here anyway. And additionally, it's probably... Yeah, I think we're already on track to get this one already completed. I'll probably build another woodcutter's camp just because we have a few extra people around. So if we can make one more woodcutting camp, like let's say right here. I think they can pass through buildings, otherwise I can't possibly explain how some of this stuff's been happening. But with this, we should be able to pretty much guarantee that our job here will get done. So you only do mark trees, you also only do mark trees, and yeah, I think we'll be all set there. So make that happen. Scouts are idle over here, fine. Go ahead and leave that be for the time being. You know, come back to that whole thing. This one needs more cloth. To get more cloth, we'll need more of our stuff built wherever it was that we were building that. Oh yeah, we were building it over here. So those guys are getting that particular job done, which means that we should see these resources getting claimed in a moment, or getting fulfilled in a moment. So yeah, we got our extra resources going here. We got this one done over here. We got another 3 minutes to chop through these woods over here. So to that end, we'll go ahead and unassign those. We'll get you kind of gently nudged over this direction. There we go. Just team up on this. Get the job done. What's this? Welcome new people. We can use roots for that. Okay. That's so cool that you can just pick alternative stuff to get the job done. I love that. Again, like it's just one of those things that for a lot of games like this, understanding the weird backup plans for things is something that I really enjoy conceptually, but UI design-wise, oftentimes it just kind of goes over my head and I forget that certain things can replace other things, and it just feels like stuff's sort of happening, and I love how frickin' clear this is. Like, it's very clear right from the get-go what does what, and I love that. Now let's go get a plantation built over here for you. You need some veggies, and maybe we can assign somebody to help you out in a moment, or we can give you some eggs and they'll send us some money. I would like more people. I feel like that's going to be worth more. We'll get to that in a second. What do we have over here? Smokehouse, cookhouse, or a brickyard. Cookhouses make skewers. That seemed important, so we'll go ahead and make those, even though currently I think we're mostly living off a vegetarian diet or something, so I don't know how much we'll be skewering, but whatever. Anyway, so now we've got that order complete, which means we also get more people, which also means that we can stop being all preferential towards the lizards, and hopefully should get more people showing up. Next group of newcomers will be here in 10 minutes, or 7 minutes, but mostly 10 minutes, so good enough. Feels good, man. It just feels good. It's a very relaxing kind of game. Also, we got more stuff here. We can get a brewery, a tavern, or an herbalist's camp. I feel like a tavern would probably be the one to go for here, just to make everyone a bit more happy. So, where's the happiness doer? Also, we probably need more shelter, because we're definitely lacking in that particular department. Got a nice, happy bit of space over here. It's a little bit out of town, though. Maybe, get more shelter built over around here-ish. There we go. It's a little bit cramped, but it's fine enough. Okay, and then for this we need, I think, like a trapper thingy. Put down the cookhouse somewhere. Where's the trappy dealy? Small trapper's tent. There we go. Get some of that built. For this we need foraging, I think. Are you a foraging? I don't know. What are you? Requires a harvester camp. Okay. There we go. I love that they have different colored roofs, too. It's like one of those things that it's not immediately kind of becoming clear to my head, but it's getting there, you know? Alright, no suitable trees near one of the woodcutters' camps. We'll sort that out. Where's this at? Alright, so it's these ones. Let's go ahead and move them somewhere else so we can get more stuff discovered. Like, for example, right here. So we'll go ahead and mark these off for the time being. There we go. So they should be getting back to work. Lizards are getting a little bit unhappy, though hopefully we'll be able to improve that by prioritizing their weird stick thing. In fact, actually, let's go ahead and move one of these over. That's a woodcutting camp. What about you? Let's move this over probably around here-ish, just to let the lizards know that, yes, they are the ones that started this camp. Don't worry, we still like you guys. We just kind of stopped preferring you for a few minutes, and I think you'll be okay with that, and really should be. These guys can use stone. I think we got some stone recently, so we'll get that job done. Let's see, this one we had the means to complete. So go ahead and assign one of our people to this, so you go get that one done. And alright, it's a lot of things currently progressing. But yeah, it has that same feeling of like a game of AoE or something, but with less stress, you know? I can just pause it at any time, go and build up. There's just less stress, and I like that. I like that. Let's go ahead and get some of this done here. Maybe a little bit less here-ish. There we go, get those two unlocked. They're a little bit too far from everything else, but we'll deal with that as time comes. We used up all of our people that would be there for building, but once this one completes, we should have 2 more people. It says it'll take them about a minute to get this particular job done. Also, we can probably let go of lizard guy over here, just so we have at least one person on construction. And I think we're making progress. We're doing a good way across this blue bar here. Just doing good in general. I love how I nudged up the difficulty one time on a map right before this and got thoroughly steamrolled, but this time is going way smoother. And what's funny is that it actually, while it was a learning experience last time around, it also wasn't exactly like when I say I got thoroughly steamrolled, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a bad version of steamrolled, because I actually had a lot of very similar objectives. Like for example, getting a hold of a couple of glades or whatever else. Mostly it was just a objective lesson in terms of not overstretching the population, which is exactly what I did. I did the same thing that constantly screwed me over in stuff like Dwarf Fortress, constantly running into those issues where I was trying to set up way too many projects ahead of time. The scope was way too large, wasn't really done in phases. These guys are completely decimating these trees, which is good for them. And the storm is about to hit, so that's a problem. Also, we got a stone cutting camp. Is there anything we can do with that right now? Apparently they can harvest marrow over here. Interesting. Alright, perfect. Okay, so we'll activate you. We'll put that lizard. Yeah, that's... See, but I need that lizard doing stuff. As soon as the other people arrive, they can complete whatever leftover building projects exist. I feel like for the moment we're doing okay. Trade goods are kind of whatever right now. Building materials are a bit on the low side. We're doing great on food. We're doing great on burning things. So there's that. Now, you might be wondering, what's the deal with kind of discovering things in the woods all the time? Surely nobody just left all this abandoned random shit in the woods. And yes, of course they did, actually. That's the whole premise of the game. That every time you're going out, there's just abandoned settlements that were destroyed by the storm. Let's see, what's this? Clay deposits, Forgotten Temple of the Sun. Interesting. Okay. So, okay, for excavation, apparently we have the tools for this. So, do we have anyone that's here yet? Yeah, we have a couple people. So you can get on that. Ooh, praise the sun, you say. So for 10 ale, use for leisure. Oh, for excavation or for getting luxury goods, pigment, and crates of stone. I kind of feel like... Yeah, I feel like maybe we need to assign a couple people to go investigate that. Let's see, building... See, we don't have all the stuff for that, or for salvaging this thing, we can get some barrels and barrels of wine, or get a distillery. I don't think we need an alcohol problem just yet, so we'll go ahead and do that, and in fact, we'll take this beaver off of this, and there we go. So we've got some stuff going on over here, as well as some clay for dealing with other stuff later. Now, let's take a quick peek here. Lizard resolve is low. We've got basic housing. That's all sorted out. Okay, we'll go back to preferring them, because then the beavers are low. I mean, at least their basic housing needs are met for the time being. Could use more specialized housing. Could use more specific types of food. Specifically, we're going to need more jerky made. We're going to need more biscuits. So we should get that done. Let's see. So what about this? Okay, cookhouse. Can make biscuits and can make skewers. Probably not the best time to open a restaurant right now, but it's kind of what we're going to go with. We're going to at least set up the plans for making that happen. And additionally, we'll put more fields out here, and we'll put another plantation over here. Which leaves us severely low on lumber, so we're going to need a lumber mill. Where's this lumber mill at? There we go. Let's get this one going. I should have done it a lot sooner, to be fair. So we'll prioritize the ever-loving bejesus out of that. So we've got trade goods, we got scrolls, we got planks. Just focus on the planks first and foremost. And then I think we can sacrifice one from each of our wood cutting posts over here. They can just kind of quietly expand out, because we don't need to expand that hard. Put one of you on here, one of you on here, and get going. Alright, what's wrong with this? Too far from a hearth, needs to be within the range of an active hearth. Okay, can I move you to here? Okay, perfect. And also, we'll go ahead and start chopping around these trees right here so that we can have a bit more building space. There we go. Alright, now Foraging camp finally ran out, so let's move you over hereabouts. Actually, let's move you here. Hold on. Can you get both? You can get both. Perfect. Alright, so they'll be able to do a good job from that direction. It seems like our orders are going relatively well. We don't have any new ones to complete, and overall we're just sort of building up. Building up, expanding. Let's see, distillery can't be completed. We need clay. We're working on clay. We have wood. Why can't you complete this? Okay. So, what's the problem exactly? I'm not entirely sure why they're slow here. Okay. Anyway, everyone can get back to work, and we'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit. Hopefully we don't lose anyone. Currently we're up to 22 villagers, and it seems to be going relatively well. Seems to be. But yeah, I love this feeling of like finding caches of random stuff in the woods and whatever else. It's just, again, that feeling from AoE 3 of just going and, you know, getting those orders of supplies brought in. Let's see, beaver resolve is low. What can we help you with? Biscuits. Okay, well, we're working on getting those biscuits made. Where's my cookery at? Completely don't know where that is. Okay, what do we need for this? So we need bricks, we need lumber. We got that stone cutter thingy somewhere, I think, right? Provisioner can make barrels, can make provisions, can make flour. Who can make bricks? Like, I think we might end up needing a trade post or something. Crude workstation, there we go. Alright, we need you to crudely workstation some stuff. Actually, well, let's make 2 of those. And assign a bunch of people to it, because we need a lot of materials in relatively short order. So make 2 of them right nearby each other. That way they're also right next to this warehouse here, so they can easily get their supplies. Let's actually build a few more decorations, maybe. Now, we'll worry about that later, but we do want more sitting space. Just give everyone a bench. Everyone likes a good bench. There we go. A few random benches around. Good old bit of coziness. Alright. Sounds good. Actually, now that I notice it, builders, free workers. Okay, so we do have an accurate count on that. Good to know. Also, let's stop preferring the lizards for a little bit, get some biscuits going, and get some jerky going. As soon as this cookhouse is ready. So we're mostly going to need biscuits once it is going. So we'll get that done when it happens. I think we have a smokehouse or something somewhere. Let's see, weavers are doing their thing. Okay, whatever. They're fine. Alright, we can probably take 1 off of that, assign 1 more over here. In fact, assign 2 to this. I say that, but of course we're going to need more bricks and more wood, so assign people to this instead. More bricks, more wood. And alright. There we go. Assign you to there. Which caused a lot of building problems, as it tends to do, but we can go ahead and get this guy off here, and now we're back to building. Okay. So that's good. This harvester's camp is still not quite built. Put a little bit more effort on this one. Don't know why exactly. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Alright, newcomers are waiting. Good, bring them all in. We got some that'll give us veggies and grain, others that'll give us parts, leather, and mushrooms. Now, personally, I think mushrooms are disgusting, and this one has way more stuff, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then we've got a cornerstone of spices. Herbs and root production is increased by +1 for every 75 biscuits produced. Oddly specific. I'm completely on board for that. Or flame amulet, an artifact infused with the power of holy flame. Hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 4. I mean, I want to make biscuits, dude. Okay. So, we want the full-blown biscuit economy going. So all biscuits all day. They're using herbs to make them, apparently, and construction is still not possible because we don't even have the workshops built to make the materials that we need to make those built. Good to know. I'm doing great. Doing great at this. Okay, get more beavers on this business. There you go. Then we need people over here as soon as it's ready. And of course we gotta have kitchen velociraptor. Okay, so we want to be producing biscuits like nobody's business. Why? Because the game told me to, I guess. Honestly, I don't know beyond that. Okay, we got these. Did we get these, or... I guess they're moving stuff over to where it needs to go right now. Yeah, they're transferring all of these things over where they need to go. Or we can send this to the Citadel, or we can just assign a worker. Okay, whatever. Let's just get a person on this. Break it open. And then we need to free up one more worker from somewhere for something. Which is probably going to have to be one of the kitchen velociraptors. There we go. And yes, I'm definitely screwing myself over by repeatedly giving people instructions that they don't need. So they're probably reassigning from tasks over and over. It's got to be very annoying to work in this place, but it is what it is, I suppose. Alright. And what are you? See, copperfin trout. Caught primarily for its durable scales and fish leather. Okay, so we need to move that little gathering station over there. Wherever I put that guy, I think that's this one right here. No, it's a stonecutter camp. It is this one. And it still needs more parts. I know that we can destroy something to get more parts, so we'll destroy this shelter. Now that'll just give us wood. Okay, maybe not. This one's still carrying barrels over. Let's see, this herbalist camp, I think we're just going to move them over here so they got more mushrooms to work with. This is such a chill game. Such a chill experience, I love it. Now we got a clay deposit over here as well. Is this one doing anything? They're getting fish stuff right now. But, seeing as we need more stone and clay and other things for stuff, I think we're going to move them over here. There you go, you guys are reassigned to way the hell over there. Have fun with that. But we can go ahead and build a bit of a path going. Let's get some paths going from here to about here. Just kind of connect to the rest of this path. Get some more paths going through the woods once it's ready. Get all of this cleared out. Get a bit more space going. Probably should be reassigning the woodcutting camps a little bit to be expanding more, but I think for now we're good. But we got more orders in. Let's see what we got over here. We can make some trade goods, or keep lizards resolve above 14. That should be pretty easily doable. And cut through forest glades and discover one glade. Easy. Easy, easy. Alright. We can produce 30 ale and make a tavern, or deliver 20 packs of trade goods. This one seems more realistic to me. And let's see, have at least 10 harmony with decorations. Okay. Or discover 4 more glades. I mean, we're doing glades anyway. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to have them finish with these woods, and then we'll go ahead and reassign some of those wood-cutting camps. Those ones are a bit more dangerous, but I'm thinking we probably want to just cut away this, and cut away some of this. Should give us what we need. So that's those 3 areas, only one of them is dangerous, and then we also can just go ahead and cut away some of this. So they're already going to be working on some of it over in this direction. Do we have any additional people? No. Okay. Well, they're already working in that direction. We'll go ahead and cancel all of this project then. Just kind of expand out towards that direction. There we go. Have you move over this way. Have you relocate your entire building somehow over here. Maybe? Kind of? There we go. Okay. And then once they're finished with this, we can have them move up here. Perfection. But we do need to get some orders turned in pretty quick here. Lizard resolve, we need to get it up by at least 1, so we need more of them lizard pole things. We need some jerky made. To get some jerky made, we need to have this built. For that, we need more lumber. That lumber is still ongoing, but they're working on it. So it seems like that lumber just got completed, so now they can get construction on it done, which means we can work on this, which means that I can realize that this is the wrong kind of building, not the one that we need for making jerky. So, to make jerky, what the hell do we make jerky out of? I guess not this. Cookhouse, no. Plantation, no. Farm field, no. Okay, so yeah, we do need a smokehouse, so we don't have one of those yet. To get to a smokehouse, we need to have one of these completed, which means that I guess the glades are now going to be the way to unlock that. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Ooh, lizard resolve just went up, which meant that now it's possible to get instant lizard resolve, because they're going and moving their way up to 15 right now. By turning on lizard racism powers. No deposits near the small trappers camp. Easily fixed. Where do we move you then? Must be something for you to trap somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, apparently not. In that case, guess what? Y'all are free. Go do something else. So we do still need people here. Eventually, if they ever bother to get over here. Need more priority over here. Where do we get parts from, then? What the hell makes parts? I probably could click on it and know, but I didn't, so I don't. Anyway, some plantations are getting built, some other stuff's getting built. That's all well and fine, and also go ahead and burn some of the sea marrow stuff to improve everyone's work speed by 25%. Sounds good to me. Okay. So that should get a lot more stuff done, hopefully. Alright, so we got the lizards, and then we need to discover one glade. Right, we have to discover that glade during that process. So hopefully they'll get around to dealing with this at some point. I don't know why it's taken everyone so dang long to actually complete any projects out here. It does mention the parts are difficult to produce. The one way that I know of to actually produce them, though... Let's see, that one can't be destroyed. Plantation, no. No, that'll just give us the basic materials back. Alright. Let's see, that's a woodcutter's camp. That's something else. Some of these can refund you parts. That's what I was hoping to find that, but... apparently that's not going to happen. Anyway, let's see. Thankfully, what we did from before still works. Okay, so now we've got high hostility. So, people are growing more anxious, -2 to global resolve, so we gotta chill out on the woodcutting, but we also can't really afford to do that, because that's also currently what we need to get done. So after this next round of woodcutting, we'll have to count that as good enough. Because, yeah, nature's pretty pissed, apparently. So to that end, what do we do here? I feel like we unassigned this guy for the time being. So those woods will be okay. These ones are over here. Hostility is kind of maxed out. So we need more hearths. How do we get more hearths going? Apparently we can build one out here. Okay. So to build that, we need more bricks and wood. We already have some wildfire essence stuff here. I'll prioritize building that, and then hopefully that'll help speed things up a little bit. Man, there's so much going on in this thing. And none of it is stressful. That's the nice part. Again, it's that feeling of just getting prepared for a storm and what have you, which I guess is kind of weird timing, considering what just happened in Florida there. But, like, well, I guess in other places too. But personally, I was more so concerned with Florida, because that's where a good bit of my family lives, and it was a bit touch and go there for a while. Anyway, though. Alright. So they should have all the materials that they need right now. All bricks and stuff happened. You guys need to be... I feel like you need to be working on berries maybe, but just stick to a mixed bag of different stuff here. Smokehouse, butcher, apothecary... Apothecary? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm mixing it. I was looking at the jerky. I was thinking apothecary, and for some reason I was thinking of, like... what the hell is it called? It's gonna bug me so much. Taxidermy, for some reason. There we go. A complete brain fart over the word. Alright, we'll get this toned down a little bit. And how's this helping with our other situation here? So still very high. Okay, we get another cornerstone. Does any of this reduce hostility? Okay, one who lives in harmony with the forest can live in harmony with all. Every glade event solved by making a decision marked as empathy lowers hostility by 40. Or the people in your settlement have survived many hardships, bring them closer together, plus 10 villager speed, 1 global resolve. I feel like we're doing okay on resolve, probably. But calming the forest sounds pretty good. So what counts as an empathy thing, then? So we need to get one of these glades discovered. Okay, get more beavers, doing the beaver action. Hopefully they'll get this done sooner rather than later. Alright, forget this stuff. Just get like a tiny bit done over here and then start working on this one. And then finally we need more paths going for whoever happens to be free to work on this. And we'll have you go over here, have you go over here. I love how I meant to originally start this off with just one quick little, like, oh, you know, here's what this game is. I just thought it was a neat little thing to have first impressions on, and long story short, I don't even know how long this has been at this point. I just want to keep going. I gotta love it. Okay, we got more of everything. Do you have... You have amber. You have reeds. Well, neither of you have jerky, but I'll take a mixed bag, I think. There we go. Okay, and let's continue on. Which actually, speaking of, one more thing I should probably mention. Originally, when I was sent the code for this, Against the Storm here, it was like a week ago, and I meant to get to it a lot sooner, and basically through a combination of worrying about what was going on in the south, with combination of worrying about what was going on with my car, as well as the fact that a different part to our water heater broke again and whatever else, it basically just wound up being a week wherein I was putting up projects that I'd been working on for a while instead. So this was supposed to happen during their sale, I'd assume. So, sorry, that was meant to happen way sooner. I mean, granted, I doubt this tiny channel had much of an impact on any sales whatsoever, but if you happen to have, for example, missed that this game had a DLC, and, you know, already happen to own it or something, then obviously there's that available for you as well. But yeah, if you've never played this, you absolutely should. It's very relaxing. It's oftentimes seemingly on sale for a decent price here. So I guess we're just going to make everyone kind of hop over that little area there. Let's see, press R to rotate. Okay. Let's put a little bit of a fence around this thing. Why not? Make everybody a little bit happier. What's this? Pause it real quick while we take a look at this. We got some money, we got some grace, or we got some ancient tablets and a box of planks. And, I mean, stone sounds good to me. Just go do stone, I guess. Get some raptors over there. I don't have any reason to believe that they're faster, but I like to think that they're like the mantis from FTL. That they'll go faster because they're the combat guy. But there we go. We got one more point ahead on our meter. We have just a few more to go at this point. Got a clothier, a rain mill, and a butcher to make some jerky. Hell yeah, let's get some jerky going. Where's that butcher? You know, I had a weird moment the other day. I was actually going through the store, was looking for something completely different, and I saw this package of jerky, and it gave me this weird feeling of like, you know what? It would be amazing to have potentially lived in one of these situations when, like, when jerky was it was just the normal food that you would have all the time. It sounds like a really satisfying thing, but it's also kind of always been difficult to make. But then also it was made in kind of a nasty manner in some cases, where sometimes folks would just take like raw meat and just kind of shove it under a horse saddle and it would cook itself through friction, which is gross, but I mean, I guess it's food. But then at the same time, it just had this weirdly, profoundly sad thought that suddenly entered my mind of like, at some point we're all going to get old enough to the point that our teeth are just not going to be able to really cut it when it comes to actually chewing jerky. Just in terms of the weirdly specific things you worry about sometimes. All right. Anyway, Stonecutter Camp. Is there anything you can do here? I suppose you can make stone out of clay. Probably not. What's this? Do you have stone by any chance? No. That's looks like. Are we just trusting a pack of raw meat we found in the woods? Do we really want to be going down this particular road? Or we actually got a bunch of money. I think we'll go for that one. So we'll assign a raptor to go deal with that. For you, we can also cancel that one and get this one broken open. I feel like that's probably going to be a better way to go about it. And then finally we have this built, which should reduce hostility in the woods, which thankfully we've already done. So, alright, good. The trees are no longer pissed. Good to know. Probably assign somebody to this. There you go. A little bit of specialization for you. Did we ever do anything with this? I just looked at it and I'm just forgetting. Good. Okay. Let's see. We can probably do away with all this now. Start working in this direction, I'm thinking. Should maybe clear a little bit of this out. Move this over slightly so that you're slightly closer to those woods that you are destroying for fun and profit. Get a dangerous glade over there, move it in here, expand in this direction, get new orders. What do we got here? Lizard villagers have 16 resolve, easy peasy. They're almost at that point naturally, and deliver 5 packs of provisions, or clear 2 dangerous glades. Yeah, I think we're going to be going with the happy lizards, and then what about you? Deeper into the wilds, we can deliver 4 ancient tablets, or we can discover 3 glades and dangerous glade event. That, again, seems more likely, considering that we are about to run into one of those. So, that works out nicely there. Guess what, everybody? It's time to be happy with lizards again. And then we also need to make a tavern at some point, because we were working on one of those at some point. Did I ever make one? Did I ever even... Let's see. Yeah, apparently we never built the tavern. Okay, we need more bricks. Got plenty of other stuff, so this is going to kind of be our accidental luxury district. But we'll start working on that, start working on some ale, give everyone a drinking problem. Got one person building all this stuff, but that's apparently not a problem. Got plenty of woods and other things going out. Alright, looks like CMR deposit, Slick Brood and other deposit. Okay. Good to know. Actually, I believe that was one of our camps down here that needed work. How the... We still don't have parts? Alright, I'm about to actually cancel that project over there. Yeah, you're still doing fine gathering where you are. Now we need our construction lizard. We're not going to worry too much about that. Okay, whatever. They're fine. They're fine. This one's missing the required tools. We'll get to that when we get to it. This one, though... Let's see. Do you have any stone? Because we need more stone. Apparently no stone as of yet, and oh my goodness, the frickin' walls are shaking at this point with the work they're doing outside. Anyway, I'll go ahead and move you over here, so we have more stuff to work on. And I'll go ahead and build a nice, happy little path over here, so that it's a shorter route over to this thing. Okay. That's looking okay enough. The butcher is still an ongoing project. Yeah, they're already working on it. Good. Tavern doesn't have the materials it needs yet, but once they do get going, we're going to get the luxury goods turned off, or apparently it's just going to do whatever the hell it feels like. I don't know. Anyways, we need to get everybody drunk is the thing, though. Seems like we're still good on houses. No suitable trees near the woodcutter camp. Okay. Then let's move y'all over here. plenty of trees nearby this one, and we'll actually start moving over towards this other dangerous one as well. We've pissed off the woods again, which isn't great. Yeah. And then after that, we'll finally get rid of our scavenging addiction. Alright, 15 out of 16 lizard resolve. What else can we do? We need more of that jerky. We don't have that jerky because we don't have this thing. Okay, we do have this thing now. Make it a high priority. Build lots of jerky. They're gathering vegetables for some reason. Any particular reason you're doing that? Okay, but making this out of insects and wood. That's disgusting. Okay, whatever. Low on fuel. Beaver resolve is low. How are we low on fuel? We're doing non-stop wood cutting here. Okay. Okie dokie. That is a problem. Okay. We need to have our mills chilling the hell out then. Alright, so the mills need to chill out. What are you doing? Don't know, but we need to be chopping more trees. Screw this forest, it can be as hostile as it wants. Also, actually, one more thing that we need to do then probably is get somebody... Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. We have two hearths, we're burning fuel twice as hard. That makes sense. Okay, so you get replaced by a person. You are going to be a lizard. You're going to get assigned to that. You need to be replaced with a beaver, which should improve our situation there a little bit. And then we still have one building, so hopefully that's good there. Beavers are getting super pissed, though, so we're going to abandon this right now. Still low on fuel, but hopefully getting more woodcutting going to replace all that. We're expanding a bit too fast at the moment, I think. Let's see, small trapper camp. Not that this is our biggest priority right now, but what can you do over here? You can gather meats. Okay, you go that way. You reactivate. You get lizarded. So you're doing fine. You probably can do with one less person. Get rid of your beaver. Alright. Apparently lizard resolve is about to drop to frickin' 0? What? Okay, from looming darkness as a seasonal effect. And combined effects. Apparently they get stressed out way easier than everybody else. I remember reading that somewhere. That is super weird that the walls are shaking right now. I don't know if that's coming through in the mic or not, but, yeah. Roads are gonna road. Yeah, lizard resolve is low. That is an understatement. We need to get that jerky going. Where is the damn jerky? Make me a bunch of jerky, guys. Come on. Why are you getting oil? I guess they gotta oil this machine or something? I don't frickin' know. What is this? No one is working. Yeah, I know that, but why are they not working? Oh, wait a minute. Actually, this is the wrong building. I need this one to be working, and it apparently is working, and... No, just, I don't need oil, I don't need skewers, I need jerky, people, come on. Like, all well and good, finish your current job, I guess. But, like, I only need one, and then I need a lot of jerky, so do that. Everyone's getting super unhappy, and we need to force feed them some frickin' like Slim Jim's stats, so come on. I don't even know if that's fair to call that jerky. That's barely food. Alright, Alright, can you make jerky now? They're just taking it. Why are you going to rest? Woodcutter song, golden marrow. Off to work we go. For every 20 felled trees, global resolve is increased by 3. Or some fossils contain valuable surprises. Gain 2 amber for every 20 CR. Screw that. Better resolve for killing trees? Hell yeah. This is the beaver way. Right. Kill all the trees. You move this up here. One of our other woodcutter camps is somewhere. Alright, trapper camp is trapping. Good. Let's get one more in here. Alright, we need more glades discovered. They're working on that one. They're going to have that one soon, because this death meter is going up pretty quick. Tavern is a work in progress still, for some reason. We still need more bricks, but we'll get there. We only have one person assigned to that right now. Lizard Resolved is in the dang toilet, but we'll make provisions for them at some point. Right. Okay, we're about to get another of these things going, so we're going to burn through stuff a little bit faster. We're going to keep these guys we're going to keep these ones producing more oil, though. So no particular limit on that. We'll get some jerky made. Once the jerky's made... Do we have some shortage of insects or something? So otherwise we need meat. Okay, apparently we don't have insects or any of that. Use wood for this, or we can use oil for this. We might as well use oil so that it's all just kind of staying in the same place. Right, whatever. Everyone's improving. All the numbers are going up. That's something. Alright, yeah, these are fine enough, I guess. Do we have any spare people? Just a beaver who's going around building things right now. This shelter needs to be moved closer to here. Should improve happiness a little bit, but we also got more people, so that's good. Tools and bricks. Hell yeah. Just bring them in here. Okay. So we got tools, bricks, everything else. One of those caches somewhere needed tools to be broken open. We'll get to them at some point. We still need stone. We still don't have any freaking stone. We probably would be able to buy that if we had a trade house, but I've randomly decided not to have one of those, so... Alright. Get a trade house built, I guess. Get some space over here. It's a little bit expensive on the resources we have right now. But okay. They're gonna get to work. We got 8 people building stuff. We're still lacking fire right now, but we can probably assign more people over here. No, this place is full, so the butcher's doing everything they can. Have you made any jerky yet? No, we still need bugs, we still need food. I'm going to switch them over to meat. Like, they can use everything to make this jerky. As of so far, both these guys are working. Why are they not delivering? Because this should have been delivered already. We're also probably going to put a second trapper camp over here. Put another small trapper camp right here. And then assign a couple of our lizards to that as well. Alright, so they're doing good. Now I think we're improving, but it's hard to tell. Alright, that place is built. So stick a beaver. Just stick a couple beavers in here, I guess. Plus their global resolve. Okay. So good. Everyone's got their local drinking hole. We're working on the jerky. The jerky's being weirdly complicated for some reason. Do we have insects? Do we have... No, we have no insects. We're working on the meat. So the meat situation will be fixed at some point. We're working on getting more glades. We're working on that to absolutely no avail. Okay, so we got some new stuff here. Is any of it food by chance? Get some bushes, trout, some soil, an abandoned cache, and a fisherman's cave. See, if we chase the people in here away, which will take some weapons and traps, we get some money. Or we can bribe them with You're funny. We can bribe them with the jerky that we don't have to get more meat to make the jerky that we have. Okay, we might be able to bribe them with liquor. And apparently we have enough amber for this. So we'll go ahead and bribe them away. Seems like people are the diplomacy experts, so we'll send some people out to deal with this. There's a cache over here of something, hopefully. I'll just do this one. There we go. Speed things up a little bit. The forest is no longer pissed, so that's good. Our fuel situation's improved, so that's good. I think we're doing okay. Maybe. Considering this is the easiest difficulty, it's kind of funny, but I do love when games do actually have, like, the easiest difficulty be an actual legitimate difficulty. So there's that. Like, this feels like a very cozy difficulty right now. I love it. Let's see. Let's assign more people over here. Just assign a beaver. Just slowly work your way through this. Maybe assign 2 beavers because we have some extras. We got building raptors happening. We've got more fuel in the works right now. Have you made any jerky yet? Yes, you're making jerky finally. Hallelujah. Okay, our beavers are extremely happy. We've got very satisfied beavers, and okay, we've gotten the glades done. Good. That'll give us some stuff. Got some pickle jars, got some amber, got some crystallized dew. I don't think any of that helps us any, but we can unlock new buildings, which will... Lizard house, there we go. Lizard house. Hang on. Pause for a sec. Lizard house. Build one of you over here. Build another one of you over here. Have some nice, happy, specialized building. That should improve their situation. Okay, so they'll be nice and happy. We've got lizards being happy. We've got packs of provisions that need to be made from something. Do you have packs of provisions by any chance? No. Do you have stone? No. Tools? Yeah, but... I guess we can trade resin for it. Do have insects, though. Let's see. Oh, we can just buy this. We actually have a decent amount of money. I didn't even realize that. Okay, buy some tools. How expensive is this? Actually, yeah, just... Yeah, just pay them. Very pure trade here. Alright, yeah, just buy it. What's this? Small farm. We can use... So you can buy, like, perks and other stuff here. Dual brewing tools, a set of specialized alchemical tools, gain 3, luxury, whatever that is, for every 15 ale produced. Alright. Let's see, they're making ale, presumably. I don't need luxury. We need the leisure juice. Why can't I turn this off? Then we need to assign a third person, it sounds like, to get our global resolve going. Okay, lizard resolve is good. They're unhappy with the rain because they need all that fire. We're working through some issues, but we'll make it. Alright, we can make building materials, we can make packs of crops, or we can make farm fields and deliver crops. We'll do that. Because we've already basically done it, and having at least 16 beavers... We're already good there. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, and that should be all orders complete, so we're very close to victory here. We need a few more beavers. We should have more people coming in right as the storm ends, which is pretty close here. Low on fuel again, but we're still chopping trees. We're still making oil. Still making progress with the lizards on account of all that previous stuff. Alright. Yeah, we just got some newcomers. Y'all got some beavers. Let's see, survivor bonding. Sure. Can we have more beavers? We got a new place. We got some kind of destroyed stuff. Let's see what's in here. Got some tools. We can assign one person to this. Nope. We just got the one lizard. What about you? Fear of the wilds. People are afraid of whatever destroyed the cavern. But as a result, we get berries, we get flour, and we get pigments. No. Yeah, that was just plain not worth doing. What's this? Okay, fire beneath... Okay, counts as 2 decorations of its type. Good, let's just move this guy over here. Sure. Behind the trees where nobody can see it. Got a clay deposit, we got some other stuff, and then these guys can go ahead and move over in this direction, get these trees dealt with. Because that area is all good and dealt with for now. So you go here, unassign all this. There's probably a better way of doing this that it's probably telling me on screen right now, but I'm not currently doing that. And then we deal with these. There we go. Get this way, and we're good. Okay. Let's see, we got the tavern, we got some ale going. How long does it take to make some ale here? Why are they all idling? Do we specifically need a brewery? Is that... Oh boy. I screwed up there, didn't I? Yeah, we don't actually have any liquor to give these guys. Well, screw it. I guess you're doing luxury stuff too, then. But they are providing some extra resolve, so there's that. And we're very close to just winning this thing outright. Finally build a rain collector after all this time. It probably does something. No deposit near the trapper's camp. Let's move you somewhere where there is something near your camp, like right up here. Because this other one apparently never got built. Just assign you guys to something else, because you never bothered. Good to know, because they don't have any parts, I suppose. Okay, so new stuff's getting built. What's your deal? Have you been bribed yet? No, we never made ale. That's what it is. We don't have the drinks to actually... Anyway. Alright, get more people working through this. Anything cool over here? Yeah, they're sending something to the Citadel, and... Okay, well, that's kind of whatever. And, oh yeah, we never actually spent this point over here. Got a human house and a beaver house. Apparently the people are kind of pissed at this point. Alright. Make a human house somewhere. Like right over here. There we go. Or apparently not. Sure, we got some newcomers waiting. We'll get rid of the racism button, and we got new people. What do we need here? A little bit of everything. But these guys happen to have insects, which we can turn into jerky, as well as parts, which have been badly needed for a long time, so we'll get that finally put in. We're still not making any drinks. We need one dangerous glade event. So that would be presumably this thing, which we can't do because of the lack of ale. Fisherman traps. Right, let's cancel this real quick. For the chase away, we can use tools and... Let's see, Fisherman Totem spawns every 60 seconds. It's only in the corresponding glade event. Sure. Okay, so just get 2 raptors on this. Just get them chased away. And with that done, that actually should be a victory right there. So I can't prioritize this any. We've got a couple of random threats that are around, but I'm thinking once it's done, I think that's the last thing we need to do. Okay. Smells like Fishman magic, and what's it do? Okay, temporary increased hostility, go deal with it. Okay, but they only need to keep this up for a couple of minutes. Ooh, there's a lot of these. Okay. You guys go deal with this. You go deal with this. Do you have anyone assigned yet? Nope. So they'll get all those taken out. That's funny. That's funny. Like all they can do is put up little totems everywhere. It's a very oddly specific set of powers. We can mildly inconvenience you and make the woods pissed. There's 30 seconds, and then we're good. I need one more person assigned to this. Investigate, please. Please hurry up. Perfect. Okay, so that's that. So, yeah, these definitely definitely go on a hot minute, but man, this is such a cool game. This is such a cool game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what more goes on there. Also, apparently nobody died that game, so cool. And then, yeah, we'll just go back to the world map here and continue on with another location. So that's Against the Storm. It's by no means a short game, but it's a very chill game, and like I've said before, very, very great experience on the Steam Deck here. Like, this seems like if you're looking for just like a chill sit down and work on logistics kind of game, yeah, this seems like it. This seems like it. So I'm sure there's folks that get these done way faster, but there we go. Anyway, so that's about that. Y'all have yourselves a good one, and thank you for stopping by. Later.